In Captains this week,
Hi there, I'm Shani Lee. Captains this week speaks to a man behind a company that gives Malaysians every reason to be proud. Not only is Supermax Corporation one of the world's leading rubber glove makers, it is also a brand that is internationally respected and highly regarded by those in the medical profession the world over. In this true Malaysia Boleh story, we revisit the site which changed the fortunes of Datuk Sri Stanley Thai, right here in Sungai Buloh, KL. Now, Datuk Sri, today Supermax is one of the leading rubber glove manufacturers in the world, and you've certainly come a long way from this first factory here in Sungai Buloh. Did you always have plans to be a businessman since young?
Well, I always dreamed of going rich and then become rich, and be successful. So, of course, in order to do that, I always want to be a boss myself, So that's how I started.
Were you always a very ambitious young man?
Well, during the high school times, we never know what we become in our life, But one thing I can tell you that after Form 5, I bought a ticket and I flew to Canada. So I had actually have my pre-university school in Canada. So without knowing how the Canadian society looks like.
Just went there on a...
Just buy the ticket and go. That was how adventurous we were when we were young.
So when you finished your pre-university, what did you do after that?
After I finished my first degree, I came back. In fact, the first 9 months I was in Singapore looking for, Singapore, as you know, is well known for international trading. But then, being a young man, I think that Singapore at that time is very hard to get jobs. So, and especially I have no experience at the time. So I came back to Kuala Lumpur to look for a job. This is where I landed in international trading in Malfa International.
Oh, Malfa International.
Yes.
And that's where you picked up your trading skills.
Yes. In fact, I was involved in textiles and garments. So I travel around the world and then travel to most of the major fashion cities like New York, Munich, Paris, London. These are some of the frequent cities that I travel to, and then so I learned the skill of negotiating the business internationally.
What made you take that decision to leave a stable job and start your own business?
I think my main ambitions and mission is to actually start a company, and having a good training background for international trade. I think global trading is in my blood actually. So my main interest is actually to do global trade.
But the difference between you and a lot of people would be that while other people dream, you actually took the leap.
Yeah.
What qualities do you think it was about you that made you take that jump?
I think maybe I'm a little bit different. I put my dream into reality. So you cannot succeed in anything if you don't have a dream. So you set a goal, so you work towards the goal.
Well, you must have done something right, because from what I understand, by the age of 29, you were already a self-made millionaire, enjoying great success.
Yep. Well, I make my first million at the age of 29. So I believed anybody could also do it, because the world is our market. So if you work hard, self-disciplined, and self-motivated, I think you can achieve something.
Captains takes a break with the story of Supermax's phenomenal growth right after this. This is Supermax's corporate headquarters in Sungai Buloh, Selangor, built in 2000 to accommodate the rapidly growing rubber glove making business of Datuk Sri Stanley Tai. Now, Datuk Sri, your company has grown from strength to strength since the early years in the business. It's come a really, really long way. But was the growth strategy of the company always clear to you from the beginning?
Certainly, because glove is a product that could sell globally. So, in order to survive in the industries, you need to reach a global market. So, with my experience on the global as a market dealer, and also travel globally, that put us in the very better position and edge and better positions as compared to our competitors.
Of course, you started off with one factory, and then today you've got like 11 bases all over the world. How long did it take you for you to actually expand?
I started trading my business in trading in 1987, and after 2 years, in 1989, I built my first factories. And from that time onwards, every year I'm building factories. Today, I have 11 factories and a few hundred machines, and we produce billions of gloves, and we export our products to 145 countries, around 460 distributors worldwide. And I always tell people that what I enjoy doing my work, being an international marketeer.
Actually, I've been speaking to some of your staff, and they mentioned that you are very, very hands-on when you go overseas to all these trade destinations. You actually get very involved in your marketing overseas.
Yeah, I think being global traders and marketeers, you got to be in the front line all the time. You got to be on the ground to see what's happening, new products launchings, as well as new customers, new market. And I like to be in the front line to keep abreast what is happening in the market that could affect our industries.
Fast forward to the year 2000, you decided to list Supermax Corporation on the second board of the KLSE. What prompted that, and how did you feel about it when it actually happened?
Yeah, well, the purpose of the IPO was actually to tap the capital market. You know that I started my companies with a 2 ringgit company, basically a zero capital base. So in order to accelerate the growth of the business and the organizations, private capital for myself alone is not good enough. So, and on top of that, I was not born from silver spoon. So everything that we make, and it's all hard-earned money. And so I said, look, the only way to grow rapidly is to tap the capital market, and it helps us very well. After IPO in August 2000, 1 month later we went straight to United States to